Hello everyone, and welcome to RAMA. And I stayed silent for that bit because I wanted to have the intro speak for itself a bit there. We're going to go to the interviews now, which means I have to switch it over to disc 3. Because yes, I am actually running this off the discs. Disc in, wait a few seconds, and boop! I said boop. Guess it takes a bit longer for it to read the disc. Ah, there we go. Autoplay. Anyway, we're going to be seeing the interviews with the crew of the expedition. And then after we see these interviews, we'll be getting right into the game. It'll be full on from there. If you don't want to watch these interviews, you can skip. There'll be a spot. I'll put in the description a time code so that you can skip right past all of this. So let's just get started.
Good evening. This is Francesca Sabatini reporting for IBC from the IS-8 training facilities, where the Newton astronauts are undergoing their final tests for the historic rendezvous with a gigantic extraterrestrial spaceship called RAMA. Tonight and for the next 2 nights, I'll focus on the other extraordinary men and women who will represent mankind on this landmark mission. First, among the Newton astronauts are 2 of the world's top research scientists, Dr. David Brown and Dr. Shigeru Takagishi. These men have spent their entire careers trying to understand how life and intelligence developed on Earth, and what that paradigm might mean for the nature of alien life forms.
How many people know where they really came from? Does the public actually understand that the iron, magnesium, and other heavier elements in their body were created in the death throes of stars billions of years ago? Every living thing on Earth owes its existence both to the presence of those heavier elements in the Earth's nebula at the time of its formation and to the remarkable evolutionary process that produced us. When people ask me if I expect to meet aliens that look like little green men, I usually laugh. If we encounter
I'm
any
laughing at his
aliens,
notion
they will
of
certainly
laughing.
be far more fantastic than our wildest
That
imaginings.
is possible.
And the chances that they will resemble us in any way are exceedingly remote.
I'm going to say
In the
yes
billions
to
of
that.
galaxies in our universe, I believe that chemicals like us have evolved to consciousness on many planets. But only here on planet Earth do we know for certain that those chemicals are aware of themselves and can ask questions about their origin and destiny.
I so agree with that.
To encounter another being at the same or more advanced level of sentience will be the single most important event of human history.
Exactly.
Dr. Brown's research area is chemical evolution, so it's natural for him to view life as nothing more than the gaudy result of chemical reactions. Dr. Takagishi, on the other hand, takes a distinctly anthropological approach to alien life forms.
We are about to interact with a civilization that has existed millions of years longer than we have. Please think about what this means. It doesn't matter, as I have told astronaut Heilman, if the Ramans are friendly or hostile. They are so far ahead of us that any resistance to them will be futile. If their technology can build, launch, and operate an interstellar spaceship the size of our largest cities, how can we presume that our puny capabilities could stop them from doing whatever they choose? Personally, I am completely certain that the Ramans will be friendly.
Doctors Brown and Takagishi, like the rest of the astronaut crew, know full well the heavy responsibility they carry. For IBC, this is Francesca Sabatini at the Newton Training Facility.
let's get on to... Basically, what happened is RAMA is this huge spaceship that came into our solar system. These interviews are of the team that's going up to meet that spaceship before we do. Because we do go up to meet that spaceship ourselves. It's just we do it after all these people are already there.
Good evening, and welcome back to the ISA astronaut training facilities. Tonight, I talk to the 3 career space officers who will travel with the Newton mission when it investigates RAMA early next year. Well, the Newton astronauts will carry 2 versions of this uniform up to RAMA. One model, which I'm not wearing tonight, will fit over our spacesuits for use in physically hostile environments. The other, this one, will wear inside the Newton and in other benign locations. The most important feature of the uniform and our most important piece of equipment is the ARM computer. Also a communications device. We'll use it to transmit and receive vidmail messages from the other astronauts. And one of those other astronauts is Richard Wakefield. Wakefield is a quintessential systems engineer. He has no peer in the astronaut corps. Richard, can you explain for us non-technological people just what is a systems engineer?
Suppose an engineering team were given the task of designing a human being. Now, undoubtedly, they would employ specialists to create such complex subsystems as the heart, the brain, the liver, etc. But someone would have to ensure that the total person could function, that each of the parts could be integrated and together produce a working human being. That's the systems engineer's job.
Thank you, Richard. We know how busy you are, and we appreciate your taking the time to talk with us. Working with Richard Wakefield...
Excuse me, Francesca, but I believe I have another function on this project, one that may be of even greater importance than my nominal tasks.
And that is?
It's clear we are going to encounter some absolutely mind-boggling technology. Technology that, for all intents and purposes, is indistinguishable from magic. I can't wait to see this engineering magic firsthand and attempt to figure out how it works, what it means, and what it says about the intelligence that created it. Yes, well, that's it, I guess.
Thank you, Richard. Richard's 2 ISA colleagues are both women. Engineering specialist Irina Turgenev and Chief Medical Officer Nicole Desjardins. Yesterday, astronaut Turgenev had just finished testing the new flight rover when I caught up with her. She once said that she was married to the ISA and had no time or desire for any other life.
Sometimes, after a mission, I return home to Kiev to visit my parents. I look around and I wonder if I have missed something important. I have no husband, no children, no life outside the ISA. My work is my life. It has been worth it, though. I have seen the fury of dust storms on Mars. I have seen the glory of the Earth rise from the moon and a fiery volcano on Io from a distance of only 10 kilometers. And now I am to be part of the most important mission humans have ever undertaken. I admit I am frightened about what we may find, but I wouldn't trade my position with any other woman in the world.
I've just been informed that Dr. Desjardins is now available to talk to us. Good evening, Nicole. Can you tell us what you've been doing today?
Certainly, Francesca. I've just finished a series of tests on the new robotic surgical equipment that we'll be taking with us on the Newton. As you know, since I'm the only doctor on the crew, computers and robots must be my assistants in any complicated procedure.
Is everything working correctly?
Not yet, but that's normal. We still have several more months to iron out the bugs.
Nicole, are you at all worried about the medical equipment being ready by flight time?
Not at all. My concern, Francesca, is that we may have a major medical emergency while we're exploring RAMA. That would obviously present challenges. Due to weight restrictions, we can only carry limited amounts of diagnostic equipment. And while our robotic support is excellent, some of the newest devices haven't been exhaustively field tested.
Do you anticipate excessive levels of stress due to the unusual nature and high profile of this project?
My primary psychological concern has always been using an inexperienced crew on a long-duration mission. Career astronauts like Turgenev and Wakefield are low risk in any kind of space mission. They've performed in similar situations throughout their entire careers. It's the 5 neophytes who worry me.
Well, as one of those neophytes who has been training for over 2 years now, let me ask you what it would take to alleviate your concerns.
Please forgive me, Francesca. It's my duty to worry about the what-ifs. You and Reggie Wilson and the scientists will try to understand and interpret what you find at RAMA. My primary task is simpler. Reduce the probability of untoward health events to the lowest possible level. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must...
Of course, Dr. Desjardins.
Sabatini and Wilson.
Well, that
interview.
wraps up
Okay.
our show for tonight.
So we do
I
have
hope that
something
you'll be
with
back with
Wilson.
us tomorrow evening for our final segment on the crew of the Newton. Until then, for IBC, this is Francesca Sabatini.
And now for the last interview before we jump right into the game with a full 25-minute video. Or, 30. 30 minutes. Because it's a puzzle game.
Good evening. This is Francesca Sabatini once again at ISA Training Headquarters. Tonight, I'm joined in our studios by my fellow journalist astronaut on the Newton mission, Reggie Wilson. First, we'll speak with Admiral Otto Heilmann, security chief for the Newton mission, who is currently at his home in Berlin. Then, our guest will be General Michael O'Toole, the military man whose entire career has been spent negotiating peace instead of waging war.
That's
Good
a good
evening,
career.
Admiral Heilmann.
Actually, it is already good morning here in Berlin.
Many people have asked me why we have such a strong military presence on the Newton mission. Are we really worried that RAMA represents some kind of a threat?
Francesca, although we haven't seen any hostile or threatening behavior from RAMA to date, I believe that its mere existence ought to frighten every human on this planet. Whatever the RAMA's
I'd be
intentions,
excited.
they have technological capabilities far beyond our own. They have built a city-sized spacecraft and dispatched it across the stars. Their military potential is absolutely staggering.
Then you don't agree with Dr. Takagishi's belief that a species so advanced couldn't be hostile?
As a security specialist, I would not need much indication that RAMA was hostile to justify destroying it completely.
I don't like you,
Thank
Dan.
you for your time, Otto. Reggie and I will see you next week at the Florida Spaceport.
Hello there, General. How are things in sunny Italy?
It wasn't so sunny today, Reggie. In fact, I got a little wet waiting in line at the monument of St. Michael of Siena.
Ciao, General O'Toole. This is Francesca. I
like
just
this
received
guy.
a report that you spent most of the morning in a private audience with the Pope. Is this true? And if so, what did you and His Holiness talk about?
Most of it wouldn't be of interest to the general public. Fine points of church doctrine. We did discuss some more general religious issues, however. For example, if there are intelligent extraterrestrials, have they too fallen from God's grace? Do they need Jesus or the equivalent to redeem them? And if so, is the Christ paradigm repeated on every world where there's intelligence? And if not,
That is actually a good question.
why do some species require redemption and others don't?
It seems natural that these spiritual questions would travel with us in space.
Yeah.
Thanks for staying up late
Yeah,
to
it
join
does.
us, General O'Toole. And thank you, Regman, for stopping by tonight.
This is my first time really watching these, actually.
That completes this brief look at the Newton astronauts. Sometime next year, this group of Earthlings, myself included, will represent our species in the first direct contact with alien intelligence, somewhere inside the extraterrestrial spaceship known as RAMA. For IBC, this is Francesca Sabatini. Good night.
And that'll do it for the intro. You see, that's what I consider the real prologue. And now, we start a new game. And I'm not starting the timer until we're actually going into the game. It's like a double jewel case. Oh, and I forgot to mention, welcome to day 2 of Space Week. So, here we go, everyone. Those of you who skipped, welcome back.
4 years ago, a gigantic cylindrical spaceship of unknown origin was discovered hurtling toward our sun. The International Space Agency decided to mount an expedition to explore this enigmatic messenger from another world. 12 carefully selected astronauts trained for years for this rendezvous with the alien ship named RAMA.
U-turn.
2 days ago, after the
That's
crew
an
had
airlock.
completed its initial sortie into the dark and hollow interior of RAMA, astronaut Commander Valery Borzov mysteriously died following a routine medical procedure. You are to replace Borzov. The mission commander, Dr. David Brown, will give you specific assignments, but your general mission is straightforward. Explore RAMA. Discover as much as you can about the origin and purpose of this intruder from the stars.
So yeah, there was no interview for Borzov.
Hi, bonjour. I am Nicole Desjardins, the medical officer. I hope that your
Hello.
shuttle ride over was uneventful. For all of us here, I would like to welcome you to RAMA and let you know that we really need your help.
There was a
This is the hub
mysterious
site.
narrator.
Your ARM computer should be located in your locker over there. As I'm sure you know, it is our most critical piece of equipment. You'll need it to read all the data cubes and the crew member vidmail. Speaking of vidmail, the hub site computer against that wall contains introductory vidmail for you from each of the other crew members. They're all eager to say hello. I guess that covers the critical things. It's really dark down here inside this hollow cylinder, which makes the work a little bit more difficult, but we're all getting used to it. Meanwhile, everyone else is busy working inside RAMA, installing the remaining infrastructure and discovering new and fascinating artifacts. Right now, I'm going to take the cable car back down to my work site. Why don't you just stay here for a while and look around? You can check out the hub site and your equipment, and then come and join us. Au
Okay.
revoir.
So, like I said, this is a puzzle game. Well, it's a point-and-click adventure puzzle game. In first person. Kind of like Myst in a way, but at the same time a bit different. And over here, you can look at objects, you can turn them, like left and right. And let's just go ahead and look at... So, I'm not going to go through all of these because they're all vidmails. I will
Yereshai,
go through a couple of them.
welcome to RAMA. We are all delighted to have you join us on this incredible expedition. I am Dr. Shigeru Takagishi, one of the 2 scientists on the RAMA mission. When I was a boy,
If you've watched the intro, you already know who these people are. If you guys want, I guess I should just...
Welcome
watch
aboard,
the video.
astronaut. ISA officials told me that you've been thoroughly briefed on the goals and progress of our expedition.
I was briefed on your interviews.
Because none of us has time to explain a lot of background information. Now, what we need as soon as possible is a contributing team member. We have many more tasks to accomplish than we have resources. in a minute. I'm Dr. David Brown, of course, commander of the Newton mission. Until the untimely
nice if
death
it
of
had
Valerie
a little time
Bortsoff, I
bar.
was chief Newton scientist. Now, what I want from you is competence and initiative. People with our experience and training shouldn't need mollycoddling or to be told to do something more than once. If you have any routine questions about what's going on, talk to Nicole Desjardins. She's the chief medical officer and has the most free time of the crew.
She's also the nicest. Well, one of the nicest. He's not so nice. Oh, they're that short? Oh, if they're that short, we can go ahead.
Welcome to RAMA. We are all delighted to have you join us on this incredible expedition. I am Dr. Shigeru Takagishi, one of the 2 scientists on the RAMA mission. When I was a boy, I looked up at the night sky filled with stars and wondered how many different kinds of life and intelligence might exist in our vast universe. I decided then, as a child, to spend my life learning about the physical and biochemical processes that somehow produced human beings out of a nebular cloud of dust. As you can imagine, my being selected for the Newton team was a thrill and honor beyond my wildest dreams. I am eagerly looking forward to working with you. If I can help you in any way, please call.
I was selected because raisins. No, we were chosen because they needed a replacement space person.
Hello, and welcome to the team. As I'm sure you know, I'm Francesca Sabatini, vid journalist for the Newton Project. I file the daily RAMA report for the IBC newsfeed, plus cover our major developments live. To say that the people on Earth are fascinated by what we are discovering here would be the understatement of the century. They're also very interested in the human aspects of the expedition. I've already done personal profiles on all your astronaut colleagues, so as soon as you're acclimated, I want to chat with you about your background, your personal aspirations, anything of human interest. I hope you have a really good tragedy or scandal in your past. The more exotic, the better. Believe me, my broadcasts are desperate for fresh human interest right now. Unlike some of our colleagues, I happen to like company in the evenings after the work is done. And while I keep my vices in check, I'll never pass up a good party. I also love chess, bridge, backgammon, all the competitive games.
Is this an
Come see
introduction
me
or a
when you
dating
feel like
profile?
it. The more I know about you, the better I can do my job.
Like, seriously, hers is like, Hank, okay, are you introducing yourself, or are you giving me your dating profile?
I'm Otto Heilmann, Chief Security Officer of the Newton Project. My job is to assess whether the enormous RAMA spaceship represents a threat either to the Newton crew or to Earth. In carrying out my orders, I have the assistance of 2 agents from the International Bureau of Investigation, Yamanaka and Tabori. However, it is unlikely that your paths will cross because your assignments are so different. Please, I ask you to remember one thing. We are engaged in what may be an exceedingly dangerous undertaking. Whoever created this awesome alien ship could be extremely hostile and malevolent.
They're not.
Heilmann out.
Then again, the biots might be. So we got 3 more, and then we'll get to the urgent ones that you have to watch.
Hello. I'm Reggie Wilson, the writer and journalist representing all the print media on this crazy expedition. Welcome aboard. Though after what happened to Commander Bortsoff, I think I should wish you luck. I have to tell you, this trip hasn't turned out the way I expected. Most of our key questions remain unanswered. For instance, we still have no idea who built the giant RAMA spaceship or what the hell it's doing here. If you ask Dr. Brown, our scientific genius, he'll pontificate for hours, but he can't answer the question. Well, I need to interview you in the next day or 2 if possible. Everyone on Earth is familiar with the rest of the crew, thanks to our ambitious colleague, Ms. Sabatini, who I'm sure is already beginning to hound you.
Yeah, she is.
Of course. Anyway, save some fresh copy for me, too. And listen, give me a call if you want to share a beer or 2. It can
Not
be
likely.
pretty damn lonely up here.
I'll have a soda, and you can have a beer, but I don't drink alcohol. Oh, it's you.
Hello. I am astronaut Irina Turgenev from Kiev in the Ukraine. A career service officer, I have flown and completed 14 space missions, including a 2-year stint on Much Station on Mars. I want you to know, nothing in my experience has even remotely prepared me for this project. Frankly, I have the feeling there is something sinister about this great, dark, hollow cylinder from nowhere. I felt this even before Valery Borzov died, and now my feelings have intensified. However, this is not the proper introduction for a new member of our crew. What I wanted to do is to welcome you and to give you a few words of advice. I must tell you, be wary of both Dr. Brown and reporter Sabatini. You should know they have their own agendas, different from the rest of us.
Sabatini made.
If you want any other words of wisdom,
Sabatini's
please call me.
Sabatini's agenda is just to interview everyone. Though, he might have an agenda. I'm not sure. Oh, hey, it's her.
Hello again. At least I hope it's again. Dr. Brown has told me that I am to be your official greeter, but I decided to record this vidmail just in case. As I'm sure you know, I'm the chief medical officer of the crew.
Yep.
That means that I am both doctor and pharmacist. So if you ever need aspirin or any other medication, simply give me a call. I realize that it is difficult to join the team in the middle of a mission, especially one like this with so many extraordinary individuals. Now, I don't want to be pushy, but if I can help in any way, or if you want to talk about anything, just let me know. As you perform your exploration tasks in RAMA, I'll drop by from time to time to chat and to see how you're doing. Of course, if you have any health problems, please call immediately. Even if I'm not in the vicinity, I can at least guide you to the med packs that we stashed about. Well,
That's good.
take care and see you soon.
I mean, it's good that they have med packs stashed about. Here's one of the important ones that you need for progress.
Well, well, well. So we have a true parvenu joining us in the middle of our mission. Well, that's all right with me. But I must say, I'm actually impressed the ISA sent someone so quickly. Heaven knows we can certainly use your help. And
discretion is the better part of valor. Discretion is the better part of valor.
Sorry. Oh, I'm Richard Wakefield. I'm the chief tech engineer on this team. My job is to know how every piece of engineering equipment works. My passion is Shakespeare, as well as electronics, which
That's why I like this
suggests
guy.
I should now introduce you to Falstaff here, one of my best creations. I have more of these guys in my menagerie, and I've even created one for you.
Jones, mistress quickly must be calling.
They did some pretty good
God
effects
wrote
for
many
this.
great words, my friend, and some might even have been designed with you in mind. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood leads on to fortune. Like it or not, you are going to be famous. And if you can do something even a little outstanding, you'll probably never need to work again. But it won't be easy. So, to keep you from screwing up, I offer you the talents of the mischievous Puck, who's hiding in my locker here, and whom I will now summon for you. Puck, you can come out now. Puck!
That's unlocked one of the lockers for us.
I'm Michael O'Toole, Irishman from Boston, father of 4 great kids, proud grandfather of 9. With my free time, I study religion, physics, encryption, and number theory. Now, I want you to hear this from me before the other astronauts tell you. As a number theorist, I have a favorite numerical sequence. Did you know that if you take the number 41 and add first 2, then 4, then 6, to obtain the sequence of 41, 43, 47, 53, etc., that the first 40 numbers are all primes, and no other similar sequence of that length exists? I can hear my wife, Kathleen, inside my head, telling me that rambling on about number sequences is no way to make a fit introduction. I want to give you a warm welcome, tell you that among my other duties, I'm codemaster for the crew. The cable car, for example, is activated by the numbers 4143.
The first two numbers of his
And that I
favorite
would
set.
love to chat with you when you have more time. Goodbye for now.
And that's all the introductory messages. Huh? Hello! That was an avian. And this is a bomb. We came down here for that key. But yeah, they have bombs placed about on RAMA. Not exactly a friendly move made by the humans. And it stopped working. Of course. Firefox close you down. Maybe that'll work. I'm gonna let you see this bit because I like how they do the music and stuff. Like that was just... Okay, we've already seen that. And we can skip. So let's go get that key again. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to rewatch the two important things. So let's save game. We have a few puzzle pieces. Okay, that we went near the top. That we'll put down there. Don't have the thing for that yet. And a blank key. You always want that at the top. Data cube from Sabatini to Brown. David, we need to talk again before our telecast tonight. Valerie's death has changed everything. Our strategies will be different now, since you have become the mission commander and the natural star instead of just the chief scientist. I'm also a little concerned that yesterday's interview may have left the impression that you are cold and lacking compassion. We need to correct that tonight by reinforcing your warmth and other human qualities. I'll meet you here at the tent site at 5:30, and then in my quarters after dinner. Ciao. I think that's 5:30. Yeah, 5:30. Oh, and also we have a map. And I like how this map looks. Like, it just looks awesome. We also have a multi-tool. And I forget which locker this goes to. 7? Yep, 7. Ooh, a lens. Let's keep that. Actually, we want the puzzle pieces above these keys because the keys are no longer useful. Like, anything that's not useful anymore, I'm going to just stick to the bottom of my inventory. Come on. There we go. Data cube 12. Helmen to Yamanaka. Encrypted. Or corrupted. So we can get into those lockers and this one. Oh, right! Of course. We have to rewatch.
Well,
I'll save after
so we
this,
have a troop
so we don't have to
joining
rewatch
us
them
in the
again.
middle of our mission. Well, that's all right with me. But I must say, I'm actually impressed the ISA sent someone so quickly. Heaven
Yeah,
knows
it's
we can
impressive, isn't
certainly
it?
use your
I mean,
help.
we got up here really fast. Must have been launched from a space station, I'm guessing.
Discretion is the better part of valor. Discretion is the better part of valor.
Sorry.
no quick
I'm
saves
Richard
this
Wakefield.
time, so
I'm the chief tech engineer on this
like
team.
manuals
My
or
job
something.
is to know how every piece of engineering equipment works. My passion is Shakespeare, as well as electronics, which suggests I should now introduce you to Falstaff here, one of my best creations. I have more of these guys in my menagerie, and I've even created one for you.
Oh, this reminds me, I need to dig something out.
Zones! Mistress quickly must be calling!
The bard wrote many great words, my friend, and some might even have been designed with you in mind. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood leads on to fortune. Like it or not, you are going to be famous. And if you can do something even a little outstanding, you'll probably never need to work again. But it won't be easy. So, to keep you from screwing up, I offer you the talents of the mischievous Puck, who's hiding in my locker here, and whom I will now summon for you. Puck, you can come out now. Puck!
I have something very useful with me. I made it as a science project in elementary school.
I'm Michael O'Toole, Irishman from Boston.
Oh wait, we already know the code. It's 424143. So we don't have to rewatch that one. I'm gonna skip past the avian flying by so I can do another save. We'll just save over, get key. But Puck is gonna go up here with these three.
Indeed, I'm
Or
Puck.
these two. Hi,
Or
Puck.
more accurately, you're Puck. I was created by Master Wakefield to be your guide, but not your conscience, I hasten to point out. Truth be told, I enjoy mischief and adventure far more than your average elf. I've been programmed with all sorts of fascinating information gleaned from our initial sorties into RAMA. I also possess a special multi-wave receiver that permits me, on your behalf, to pick up transmissions of many different kinds. I am, in a phrase, entirely at your service. If you wonder where your Puck is, you need only search your pocket.
And that's the cable car. So 4143. That is not randomized because they would have had to record a bunch of different things. No, it's... Boop. And this scene is awesome. Morning in RAMA. I'm invisible! Oh wait, there's a silhouette that's ambiguous. So, what we're gonna do is, this is just a lighter, like straight up. So we're gonna leave that here. We're gonna take the other specimens, because these specimens are puzzle pieces. Okay, got a fridge, data cube. we're not reading this. Like, I think Arthur C. Clarke is a great author and all. It's just that I'm not reading an excerpt from a book because it's really long. Hi, during my ride down on the cable car, I remembered seeing in your dossier that you were a big fan of the 20th century writer Arthur C. Clarke. Just in case you didn't have time to pack reading material before you left the Newton, I have left a data cube containing one of my favorite Clarke passages, an excerpt from 3001 on the table. Oh, next to this note. I hope you enjoy it. See you soon, Nicole. I love how they even made the note 3D. And that's going to the bottom of my inventory. There's a mesh thing of RAMA.
Idiots.
And now we officially meet
Brilliant, but they certainly aren't smart. Oh. Hello. I didn't know you were down here already. Hey, wasn't it a shock when the lights came on? Nearly scared me to death. I just stood there for several minutes and stared at everything. What a place. You're probably wondering what I am doing with this.
CG, didn't it?
Brown and Wakefield think we are going to capture an alien. Yes, really. Can you imagine it? I just hope the Ramans or whoever created this damn place don't decide to capture us instead. Dr. Takagishi had a word for our attitude. He told me last night, after Brown overruled his objection to the hunt, that our leader and chief engineer both suffer from hubris. At least. At the very least.
Mm-hmm. Gonna take a look here. Nothing. We can exit out anywhere. Latest data gathered from observations inside Lit Rama have been incorporated into this map. Please note newly observed artifacts and structures. Investigate ASAP. So, we can go to anywhere with a red grid. Not yet. No. Okay, that one's just a person.
Hello again, how are you doing? Isn't this a fantastic place? Every time I see something new, I wonder about the beings that created the spaceship. I was just over at the tent site, talking with Richard Wakefield. He was showing me a couple of items that Michael O'Toole had found and left there. One of them was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. Still amazes me. Here we are inside of an extraterrestrial spaceship, carrying on a normal conversation. What an astounding life. Oops.
It's more of a one-sided conversation.
Looks like Dr. Brown needs me. I've got to get going. I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, that's the music of Rama, really, right here, is the beat. Ooh, this one's good. It's a centipede biot. And it gave us a puzzle piece. Thank you, buddy. We should think up a name for this guy. Because we're going to be finding a lot of useful stuff he'll drop. Luckily, I know what to look for. Like, that is something to avoid. I'm not going... Oh, let's save. Mappy map. And let's go ahead and see what this does. That's right. It's death.
Oops, sorry about that. I hope you aren't upset because we've killed your alter ego, the replacement astronaut. We just wanted to remind you that there are some dangers inside RAMA. Take this fellow, for example. Although he's just a garbage collector, you'd better keep out of his way. That stuff in his mouth is pretty scary. As biots go, this one's not too bright. You could even mistake one of us for a piece of trash, in which case we'd be carried to a trash biot like this one, and would end up in the RAMA dump. The crab biot picks up anything it considers to be trash. Nothing remains on the ground in plain sight for very long. Don't be discouraged. RAMA is a wonderful place to explore, and that's what you should be doing. But explore carefully. Look at every item. Try to figure out why the Ramans put it there. And of course, have fun. And please, don't die every hour or so.
I'll try not to. So that'll do it for this episode. I'm going to start the next episode from here. So if you liked the video, leave a like and comment down below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!